Hi, Stitcher.
Hi, I'm Keisha.
I'm Laura.
I'm Katie.
Welcome to the Pattern Queens +1, episode number 48. Today is Saturday, October 10th, 2020, and this is a channel about cross stitch.
And friendship and rambles and lots of shenanigans and sometimes not hitting the record button until a couple minutes. So you guys almost didn't get a video today. Katie noticed that we weren't recording.
I had that, but I was like, did anybody ever hit the record button? This is the second time doing the intro, but luckily we didn't get any further than that the first time.
And I messed it up.
So we're already a little bit wild.
So buckle up and settle in, because here we go. We want to welcome you to our channel, and we hope that you have fun stitching with us today. And we're going to talk a little bit later about maybe a little bit of a shakeup that we'll do just for us.
Just to keep you on your toes.
Yeah. But how do you feel about starting off with some winners?
Ooh, I'd love to start off with some winners.
Keisha, one of these times I want you to say, no, I don't want to do that.
No.
This.
I actually wanted to show off my water bottle.
Do you have that with you today?
I mean, I have a water bottle.
Oh, I thought you were going to bring the one with the cozy.
Hey. Oh, no. The cozy's in here somewhere, but I'm not sure.
We tried to show it how many times?
Like 3 in all of the lost episodes.
Yes.
Hey, at least I figured out that I could cut out the missing audio part to like salvage most of it for you guys.
That's good.
Okay, so the first one that I have is Sweet Nothings from JBW Designs, and it's a wedding announcement. And this one was won by Christy Martin.
Woohoo!
Hey, Christy. Yay! And then the next one is Summers Remembered from Leisure Arts. These are the beautiful Paula Vaughn designs. There's that one and that one. And this one, what?
I just shivered.
Oh, this one was won by Cosette Rawlinson.
Oh, nice. Congratulations.
I like that name, Cosette.
I know, it's very cool,
Yes.
right? And then it's fun to say on the channel.
Yeah. Cosette.
So then the next one that I am sadly parting with is Christmas Splendor from Stony Creek. This one. And this one was won by Stitchin' Darling. So I will try something new this week. I'm going to go back and comment on their comments and tell them they won.
Ooh.
And if I can get Katie to work on a button for me, we're eventually going to have the Google button, or the button that takes you to a Google form.
I don't think there's ever a button. I don't know what button.
There
will be a link.
Don't pick words with me, girl. We have already been wild and woolly this morning. Everybody says
this is what happens when your tech support is on the recording.
Like, I am not tech savvy enough to create a button.
So, I told you we needed to talk to Michelle about that last night.
Yep.
Because we got to have just a lovely chat with Michelle last night. And we were on for about 2 hours.
But you know what? Okay. We had a lot of fun chatting.
Yes.
But we also got to pick her brain because we just launched a Black Needle Society rep search. And as a current rep for us, she was able to give us a lot of really good input on what we should ask of the reps and how to have them enter.
And what was reasonable and what wasn't. And
so, I mean, super invaluable help. She already texted us this morning because we told her we were having a problem, and she's like, I found somebody for you.
So she was great.
Yeah.
And we just don't get to check in with her often enough. And I know you have that experience too, right?
Oh yeah. Michelle and I actually talked on Thursday and on Wednesday, actually.
Oh,
we had a very nice chat. I didn't do much stitching with mine. It was more like, here's my baby. Look at my baby. But it was great. Michelle's great. If you're not watching Bindi Stitchy, what are you doing?
Which rock have you been hiding under? Yeah.
She's great. And she's just as nice as you think she is.
I was just having a moment where I was like, I don't know if I've heard you guys shout out another channel for a little while.
Well, I've got a couple that I want to talk about because I have been watching Flosstube and having a good time.
Yes.
So I watched Steel City Stitchers. That's Kristen, Aaron, Erica, and Jody. Ooh, got them. And
Nice.
they chat about everything. The four of them are so fun to watch. They stitch through their videos, which I really kind of like. And they always have a lot to chat about. So they were really fun. From what they've said, if you go back and watch the early ones, they all cringe. So
Oh, and Jody is dyeing fabric.
yes,
She dyes the blood spatter, as we learned, fabric, which is on Fire Poppies, and apparently they're going to have a re-release in just a few days
Cool.
of that. And it's sold, like, apparently her fabric sold out like instantly over there. So I think that's gonna be fun. I might try and get some.
oh, listen to you.
But if they happen to watch this, Mom wanted to leave comments, and I told her to not be too much of a creeper. So, but Mom's really been enjoying watching them.
Yes, and if you watch us, Jody, I want linen, not even weave, linen, please, linen. I like linen.
What do you like, Mom?
Linen.
What was that?
Keisha, however,
if you accidentally get some even weave,
Well,
yeah, and Keisha will stitch on anything, and
Yeah.
Jody
Oh,
does
yeah.
Ada also, and she does beautiful
Oh.
stuff. And evidently, if she has an oops, the other three are like, oh, that's not a mistake. I'll take that. And Kristen does tea dyeing on the fabric before Jody dyes it.
Oh, cool.
So it's like a collaborative effort.
yes,
It was fun to hear how it all comes together. I popped in and out of some of the
right.
videos.
And I think I would have to go back to find out if they're even more active in the whole process. So, but I know Jody is the dyer when it gets that far. The other one that I've watched is I should just look one up and show you guys this because it totally cracks me up. I'm gonna stop it for a second. I this week also watched Mama Bear Stitchery, and I think she only has 10 episodes so far, but I want you to hear this because it just cracks me up. So when you go to her channel, this is what you hear to start every episode. Oh, I didn't get it. Isn't that fabulous?
Okay.
And her name is Debbie, and she's lovely. She is from Scotland. So I just enjoyed listening to her first off. But it was so funny because in the mornings, so that I don't have any sound on, I wear headphones, and they're Jeff's headphones because he's hard of hearing. So I had those things on, and all of a sudden there's roar. I nearly came out of my chair. It was pretty funny. So, but I've really enjoyed watching her. We have several similar projects in the works, and she has stash that I have. She also has some other things that just aren't things that I'll stitch, but I love watching them. And it's so fun to watch, to find somebody new and watch and see what's going on.
Well, I'm going to shout out a channel that recently had kind of a rebrand, and I've shouted them out before, but my sister-in-law, Shiloh, the wonderful, has a channel called Kareesh, Kareesh Crafts.
Oh, she got rid of the second part.
Yes, so it's a little bit more streamlined. And she doesn't post super often, but her videos are great. And she has like a couple of tutorials about how she dyes her own fabric. She stitches a lot of frosted pumpkin and some nerdy things. She's doing Map of Hawk Run Hollow, which is beautiful. I've seen it in person. It's great. And she's an Ada stitcher. And so it's kind of cool to see some projects on Ada. But go give her a follow. She's also the mom to 2 of the most beautiful little girls in the world, but I'm biased because they're my nieces.
Hey, I also have a best new thing this week.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Katie found my mug.
Yes.
I love it. Okay. So it's a Ray Dunn mug. It's purple inside and out and just says magic. And it is magic. It's fabulous. I have the best daughter ever.
She's been wanting this mug for what, 2 months, 3 months? Ever since we first saw it. So
yeah.
Nice.
So anyway,
I was actually bought it to be a Christmas present, but it's technically supposed to be a Halloween mug, and I knew she wanted it for Halloween, so I was like, we're just gonna give it to her now.
do you guys have a best new thing?
I have
it doesn't have to be a thing. Do you have a best new thing?
I don't think so.
I think the best new thing too is that our subscribers, our followers on Black Needle Society started waking us up this morning saying, isn't there a box on sale? Aren't you selling a box today? That was fun.
Love the enthusiasm, guys. Yeah, I'll just be totally honest here. When I hurt my back, it put me like a week behind. Like I couldn't even hold my phone. And it was several days before I could work a laptop. And so it just kind of put me behind. And so yes, we are running slightly behind on the social media part and like getting the information to you guys about the new boxes, but we still released today on October 10th as promised
to our subscribers.
But yeah, we released to our subscribers today.
To anyone who has a Retreat in a Box subscription.
Yes. And the box will go on sale to the general public tomorrow. So that was kind of how we decided this one time to compromise, because it's just been a lot of catch up because we were trying to get that going. We just shipped out our trick or treat box yesterday.
A little bit early, so that's exciting.
Yes, we shipped out our fall box 2 weeks early, the week before. And it's just been kind of like boom, 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 boom. And I've continued to hurt myself. I just tried to walk outside the front door and my ankle rolled, and that's why I'm leaning back here, is because my foot is propped up. And yeah.
But thank goodness I was in front of her, and so she caught herself on me and the door.
Yeah.
And we think that
minimized minimized the damage, because it's not as bad as it's been in the past. And so I have a lot more mobility than I've had in the past because I did hear a snapping sound. And
which is never good.
No, I'm like, when I have the snapping sound and I feel the nausea, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a bad one. And I had both of those, but this time it wasn't nearly as bad. So
my best new thing is that little James has decided that he's going to go to bed pretty consistently somewhere between 9:30 and 10. So I have about an hour before I go to sleep. I can actually stitch or look at my phone. It's nice.
And you know what? I felt bad the other night. Keisha and I actually had a conversation, which we haven't for a little while. I'm really trying to be respectful and make sure that you have your time, and that I know you're busy,
right.
But we actually got to chat for a little bit.
Yeah,
so
it was nice.
I would put in about 10 stitches and then I would type some more.
That was kind of what I was doing too, but it was nice because we used to chat all the time while I stitched. Another thing, so when we're filming, I am on the right side of my screen, and whenever the video goes up, I'm on the left side of the screen.
Yes.
So I'm looking at your screen. So if I appear to be just looking off into nowhere, I'm actually looking at them on the screen. I just noticed that. I watched a little bit of our video back and I was like, oh, I look like I'm just like, no, I'm not talking to you.
You know what? I think our glasses help prevent us from looking like that, because I'm looking right at you.
You'll never know where I'm looking. There, you'll never know where I'm looking.
Oh my goodness. How about we get into a little stitching?
All right, sounds good.
So you know that we've been doing the Halloween 13 SWF hashtag. That's Halloween 13. You spell out 13, Stitching with Friends. And the ladies over at Stitching with Friends are hosting that. And we're all just having fun stitching. Now, I'm doing more than 13 projects because, well, you guys have seen most of my stash, although there are still some stash episodes to go up, some more to be filmed.
Yeah, because we made a filmed one and then my back decided to spasm out of control.
And then I still have not found all of my whips and counted them all, but it's a big number. So eventually maybe Katie and I will sit in here for 3 or 4 hours and no, it won't be that long, but we'll sit in here for a long time and do a whip parade. So anyway, I have a finish this week.
Woohoo!
And
it's so much prettier in person than it ever shows up on camera. I just have to say.
This is it. Rotted but not forgotted from Plum Street Samplers.
Looks so good.
Thank you. I really like it. And that in the circles is where that orangey floss is, the Adobe. And I wanted to say on here, because I have kind of,
and down there, right?
Yeah, it's down in the flowers down there too, and little flowers up here. I wanted to say, because I kind of was a little snarky about the fact that Adobe wasn't even listed. Well, yes, it was. I'm going to show you. So, okay. This is the whole thing, right? When you go to look at the colors, down here, the pattern is right next to this. It has these 3. And I said, darn it, they didn't even list Adobe. So you can see that's where it is. You can see the edge and the finished piece up there. Oh, yes, it's listed. It's listed.
Their column broken in a very unfortunate place.
Above the pattern. It's listed right there and to the side of the finished piece. So it was just that I did not see it. And I was struggle bussing with it, and that's all on me. But anyway, I got my floss. I got Keisha's floss, and I got it finished, right?
It's also on the page designer, because that's a very unfortunate column break.
But that's it. It's so cute.
And
I love it.
I can say that as somebody who designs magazine pages.
And mine is stitched on a mystery piece of gray linen from my stash, and it's kind of a blue gray. And they called for it on a more neutral, natural fabric. And I think Katie's is going to be closer to what they call for. But I had this piece out and I'm like, oh, it's perfect size. I'm doing it.
Was that a scrap from one of the trips to Cecilia's?
No, that's a scrap from something in my stash.
Okay.
And I was going to look real quickly. That is finish number 17 for the year.
Nice.
So that makes me happy, because I was telling you, I felt like I was slowed down a little bit, which is fine. I don't have to finish everything fast.
Well, I mean, it's not like we've had 50 billion things going on to kind of eat into your stitching time too.
And you've gotten some significant progress on some big things.
Yes. And that is so invaluable to me this year. So I think, because normally I'm running, work, everything, come home, work, that I try and work on smaller things that I get some more instant gratification on.
Right.
So it was nice to have some extended time and be able to sit and work on the bigger things.
Right.
So, okay. You want to talk stash?
Let's talk stash. Well, I didn't bring my stash in here with me, but I got a whole bunch of floss. Yay! We have the Landis ladies. So I have all of the floss that I need for all of the things I'm working on this month. So,
how about you?
Do you have stash?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm looking at the table.
Stash.
I'm looking at the table and I don't see
it's all
stash.
beside me.
Okay. So we had a 1, 2, 3 order come in. So
my pattern is the one that was delayed.
Of course.
So it'll probably be here today.
Oh, that's nice though.
Yeah, because it's Saturday. all my days are messed up.
Yes.
So when we went to, where did I pick up the first? Oh, the Tingles. Okay, so Lizzie Kate's Tingles, which I don't know when they came out, but I picked up 3 of them at the cross stitch shop in Lawrence, Kansas. Well, it's like a trinket shop, and then they have quilting, and then they have like a little bit of cross stitch sprinkled in, and you really kind of have to dig. But they had 3 out of the 6 Tingles patterns.
2014.
So I have been trying to hunt down the remaining 3. And when I added them to my cart, 1, 2, 3 had all 3 that I was missing. And then I waited too long and 1 sold out.
Oh no.
So she still has to get 1 more.
So
yeah,
I got
turn them both the same way. There you go.
There we go. So I got this one.
Oh, cute.
I got this one. And then when you put them all together, they look like this.
And I love this. It's not quite the traditional one that we see with bands.
Right. Cool.
I may have to stitch that too.
Does that mean you're going to help me track down the last one? Oh, let me tell you, like, it's just fate. Well, not fate, but anyway, Michelle Bendy had all 6 patterns up for auction this week. And I was like, darn it, I only need 1. So I was like, I don't want all 6 again. But I was like, oh, if I hadn't, I probably would have been bidding on that one. So Tingles. Also like the name, it just makes me giggle on the inside a little bit. Then Mom was like, they have great Prairie Schooler Halloween on there. Have you seen it? I was like, yes, they're on my wish list. So since Mom brought it up, you know, I had to snag them.
Love that one.
Who's there? And then
that's
Night
fun.
Flight. I love that fence all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
Fun.
So these are her fault. And honestly, she's probably sharing these with me.
Sweeping Cobwebs. Okay, I'll just.
Oh, fun.
Back up a little. Yeah, because you were cutting off the cat. But yeah, it says, 'tis the night of Halloween when witches can be seen. With her broom, she will fly, sweeping cobwebs from the sky.
Nice.
And then I got Mom a pattern.
For me to stitch for her. Dear Daughter. From Blackbird Designs.
In all fairness, I got the mom one.
And it says, Dear Daughter of Mine.
That's
Really pretty. And they show you a little bit of a close-up back here.
Mm-hmm.
And look, it has a big
house. I mean, I guess I could stitch this and just leave off Dear Daughter of Mine. And then I also got this one, I think just recently released, and it's really cute. And it's a little, I don't know, is it? It's not a
Sweet
pincushion,
Summer Come Again.
But it's that cute little berry basket. And then there's, if you move up.
Oh, here.
Yeah.
They're both right here.
There's a little like.
Oh, nice.
I love their color sense.
Yes.
Oh, and I love these.
They're so cute. And they sold out like really fast. So I'll do that one first.
So this one is All Hallows Eve from Lila's Studio.
Oh, I like that.
It's so cute. And then
Harvest Time.
Oh.
Aren't they cute?
I was just looking at the fabric, and they're stitched on Ancient from Picture This Plus.
Oh, awesome.
So yeah, I love it. It's so pretty. And I love the fabric in the background. So yeah, I saw her tease these on Instagram before they were even available. And I was like, mental note, need to get those.
I watched Kathy Hopperman this week, and she talked about a pattern, and I had to go order it. So now I have to wait for it to come in. So rattle, rattle, rattle. I got 2 skeins of silk. The brown one is for, oh my gosh. I can't think. It's for one of my Halloween pieces, and it'll be the bird. And then the other one is for a blackbird design, and I'll show you that when it comes out, when I start working on it. And then, oh, I did get one pattern. I got the Wool and Flax Co. Katie and I kept looking at this from Plum Street Samplers.
Mhm.
Katie and I kept looking at this and I just really liked it. I love those sheep. They're so fun. And then my other,
I think I have more stashed somewhere and I don't remember where I put it. That's my face right now.
oh, look, here's my floss. I didn't have to get very many, although I think now I need more floss, of course.
You'll always need more floss.
Yes. The other thing that I got this week is from Leslie Hurley, and she is PHAT, Fat Cat Flossing on Instagram. I got a beautiful thank you card from her. And I got this.
Oh, wow.
It's so fun. And it's Halloween. Can you see all the cute stuff?
Yes.
And she has this little tag because she raises these kitties.
Oh, nice.
So if you ever need just like a cute moment, you should go look at her Instagram because she films a lot of videos and the inside is the same as that top. She films a lot of videos of the cute little kitties. And you know, you get to see newborns and you get to see the mamas, and it's fun. It's a very calming, relaxing time, I feel like. That is all my stash. So not a ton this week. We have definitely slowed down a little. I did just see something today that I think I really need.
I'm trying to decide if I have stashed because I feel like I bought patterns when you bought that Wool & Co. pattern.
I don't know.
I can't remember now. This is going to make me a little crazy.
I did see a reminder today from Stitchrovia that today is Mental Health Day, World Mental Health Day. And she said, so take some time for yourself, stitch on your favorite project, just practice some self-care.
Oh, I can do that now that trick-or-treat box is shipped out.
Yeah, that will be lovely,
That's
right?
like the perfect day for that.
So the other thing, I was going to show you this one. Let's see if I can find it. So the primitive hare.
She's there.
Did I miss her?
Yeah, you keep missing her.
The primitive hare came out with Halloween This Way.
Is it digital? Can I buy it now? I have the fabric.
Is that fabulous?
Yes.
I really think I need that. And wow. And it's done on her fabric.
Which I have.
So I know who carries it, and I may be calling them after we get off here so that I can find it, because I think I need it.
Because it might get scooped up here if
really fast.
Yeah.
For sure.
Not like it would get scooped up before, we're done with this, but anyway. So that's it for stash, and you got a preview of stash that I will hopefully have soon.
Right.
We will have soon.
We How about, did you have something?
Oh, I was going to say, and maybe in a couple of years.
You like the trickle down theory.
We never shared our stash from the primitive hare when she had her sale.
Oh, we didn't.
No.
And you purchased those. Do you have pictures?
No. Can you filibuster for a minute?
Keisha, what do you want to talk about?
Well, speaking of World Mental Health Day, what are some of your favorite self-care things to do besides stitching? I like to watch silly YouTube videos. I like to cuddle my James. I play video games with my husband. What sort of things do you do to kind of unwind?
I watch Hallmark movies.
Yeah.
Or my favorite movies, and I do get on. I get on and chat with my friends.
Yeah.
I am definitely not an introvert. I'm definitely an extrovert, but I do like to reach out and just chat with people. So
Right. And that's one of the nice things that has come out of us having to social distance, just the more people getting into chatting like this, over video and things like that. That's really been kind of a nice thing to come out of this if you had to pick a nice thing.
Yes. And I mean, Katie and I have really tried to keep very positive through all of this pandemic. And actually, we have had some real blessings during it. I mean, business wise, Retreat in a Box was forced to launch and has really just taken off like mad and in a much bigger direction than we thought it would.
Right.
And that's such a blessing. So,
Mm-hmm.
Jeff and I will hop in the car and go get a cup of coffee at Starbucks. We have a great Starbucks crew, and then we'll just go for a drive. So,
That's nice.
but how about all of you guys too?
Yeah, let us know in the comments, like, what have you been doing to just keep your mental health good during this time?
Mm-hmm. I think she found them.
I did, and I got pictures. Okay, so
do I need to hold it?
What is this one? 31. I think this is called Spooky Countdown. So this is the one
Oh.
that Mom requested that we both wanted.
Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Isn't Sarah the backwards stitcher? Wasn't she working on this one?
I think so.
I also think, was it Gail Mendiola working on this one?
I don't know. Gail, are you working on this?
Somebody during our free retreat weekend was working on this, and I think it was Gail.
And I think somebody was doing this like on a pale purple, and it looks gorgeous. And you know what my favorite color is?
Mine is there.
Here's Katie's. Lizzie Borden.
Yes.
You need some of that blood spatter fabric.
Exactly. That would be perfect for this. You thought about that.
Jody.
Yes, Jody, I need some.
Oh my goodness. Reach out as the Black Needle. That'll help.
We'll give you a free box.
Oh, that's a big one.
I could throw some paint at some fabric for a free box. I'm just kidding. I know that that's not what the process is.
Hey,
it would be a very cheap imitation.
Needles are not guaranteed to go through.
You talked about the rep search. Did you talk about what would be coming out of that?
I don't know. Oh, the trick or treat? Or okay, no, we didn't. Do you mind us talking about that, Keisha?
What?
Okay. So the rep search, you can find all of the details on our Instagram account at the Black Needle Society.
Before you get real excited, you have to be a Flosstuber and you have to have an Instagram account, and both must be public. And we have like a minimum followers.
Yeah, it's a minimum
on Flosstube
follower, and they have to be public because otherwise we can't even see your entry.
And it does you no good to be a rep for us if your account isn't public.
Yeah, so not to be exclusive. I don't know, because I'm like inclusive, exclusive. So anyway, what I did not get to mention, because there is a character limit on Instagram, is that we are looking for 1 to 2 reps, and we're looking for several VIPs. And if we choose 1 rep, they will get the trick or treat box, maybe even if we choose 2, because we might have enough to do 2 boxes. But we have an extra 2 trick or treat boxes, and so we're going to give them an extra 1 trick or treat box, maybe 2. So we're going to give them to the rep as kind of like a trial run, give them something to start repping with thing. And then their rep term will actually officially begin in January with the January box.
So they'll get something right away to have some fun with.
Yep.
So
blah, 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 blah.
Katie and the words.
I've had too much coffee. I'm drinking real coffee again, guys. I missed it.
And Katie has a pink mug today. We should have told you, and you could have brought a mug too.
Oh, that's okay. I have a water bottle. It says things too. You can't see it because of the big glare, but it's one of those, and I just bought it off of Amazon. It's one of those water bottles that have the time and have like levels that you're supposed to drink.
Oh, cool.
So it kind of makes sure that you get your 8 glasses each day.
That's good. That's a self-care thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how about whips?
All right, whips. Well, I know that we've filmed, pretty consistently this week, but I'm just going to show everything that I worked on this week in case you haven't caught the extras. So I started my week off with, I'm sorry, I don't have the picture pulled up. I started my week off with the Mysterious Halloween Town from the Frosted Pumpkin. And this is where I got to on that.
Awesome.
And I said in one of our extras that I had this almost all the way stitched and I used the wrong green, so I had to pull it all out. But
we're getting fun sun right now.
Yeah, it's really bright. There's a window right behind where I film, and it's really bright right now. Like I have the blinds closed and everything. But anyway, that's where I am. And I know you can't really see the fabric too well, but I'm doing this on one of the fabric of the months from Color and Cotton, and it's called Sparrow. And it's kind of a grayish, greenish brown. And then I put all of my Halloween projects on a wheel and I've been spinning it, so I'll spin it whenever we get to plans. But I spun Booby's apiary twice this week.
Look!
This is the bottom page of the pattern, and I have it completely done. I did all of the back stitching. There's a few, it calls for colonial knots, but I just did French knots because I've never done colonial knots. I need to learn how to do those. And then I worked a little bit up here.
Look at the little skirt.
So I guess I should show you what the pattern looks like. And this is Booby's apiary from Ardith Designs. So this
is cute.
And this is on a 28 count Lugana from Color and Cotton in the color Applesauce. It was another one of the fabric of the months. And it's just kind of, it's an applesauce color. I know that the sun is awful right now, and I'm sorry about that.
And then your blinds the other way.
Maybe. I'm going to try that real quick. Here, see my face very close up. While I do that. See.
Ooh, that really blinded you, didn't it?
Oh,
there you go.
Oh, is this better? Okay, well, I'll show my things again. All right. Just real quick. Here is the Mysterious Halloween Town. So you can see that.
Oh, cool.
And then here's Booby's apiary.
Yeah, and we get the warmer fabric color.
Yeah, sorry about that. Thanks for that suggestion.
I never would have thought of that.
You know what? I think of that because I worked nights for a while and the sun would come in the afternoon when I was trying to sleep. And if you turn the blinds the other way.
Right. And usually when we film, it's before noon. And so the sun is at a different spot. Then the last
struggle busing today.
Oh my gosh, so much going on today.
And then the last thing I worked on was October 31st from Rona Nori. This is in this year's Just Cross Stitch Halloween issue. And this is my work project. So I've only been working on it at work. And it's been a struggle because I'm getting pretty close to done with it.
Oh, look.
So I just got left and a spider and then a bunch of back stitching. So
it's like there's something in that corner, right? And I was like, struggle. I know you literally just showed the pattern, but I was
I have I have to be kind of careful with this because the pattern is printed on this page.
Yeah.
Oh, a bunch of cobwebs to do.
Okay.
So there's quite a bit of back stitching left to do on this pattern, but I'm kind of excited for it because I don't mind back stitching, especially things like that. I think it's kind of exciting.
And except for flying key wings that are apparently the designer needs to do some more work on.
That's because they were symmetrical and very intricate, and I couldn't get them to look the same.
I feel like as a designer, I'm still figuring out like what's like too much, and I applaud anybody who has stitched those wings.
But they looked really good.
I'm so glad.
And this is just a piece of 28 count, I believe, Heartland from Picture This Plus, and it's
really pretty with that.
Thank you.
Very parchment-y.
Yes. So those are my whips for this week.
Okay. How about you?
Okay, so I'm only going to show what I worked on since the last video, since I haven't had huge starts. And I actually lied in our last video because I didn't work on what I said I was going to, because my stitching time was like at 11:30 at night. And like I said during that video, it was 40 count fabric that I had chosen and opalescent, and I just couldn't make my tired eyes do it.
No, that's not late night stitching material.
And I have loved that pattern for so long. I know I just got it, but it's one that I like, it's stuck in my brain for years and I wanted it. And yeah, so I didn't want it to feel like a chore or rushed or anything when I started it. So I just decided to save it. I came and I told mom, I was like, I was gonna stitch, but it's late. My eyes are tired and I can't do it. And she was like, choose a different project. Like,
Right.
thanks, mom. So
Sometimes it's the little things that trip us up.
yeah, and so I was like, I'm allowed to do that. I can change what I was going to stitch, and that's okay. So I pulled out Witchy from, is it the Primitive
It's from
Needle?
Primitive Needle.
Okay.
This is actually my pattern,
I'm trying to get it.
which
get
has
things
been on
smashed.
tour a little bit.
Yeah, the shipping label that I don't understand your shipping label, by the way, but your shipping label that you had in there is still in there. It's just tucked in the pattern a little bit more. So this is what I got done in
Do you want
about
me
an
to hold it?
hour this week. And
So she started border.
Oh, very nice.
That border is intense. I will
it
tell you that.
is, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even realize it had a border. For some reason, when I looked at this, I made it like a oh my gosh, a mat. Like
Mm,
in my brain, I didn't see
right.
it like a cross-stitched border.
Mm-hmm.
So then when I opened the pattern, I was like, also that's what we're starting with. Okay, because I'm a top left stitcher. So
Right.
so yeah, and I also have this like huge piece of fabric, and it's not even gonna be that big. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just a little rectangle. So what count is that? Do you know?
this is lovely 28 count. So
Oh.
great tired eyes.
Yes. Yes.
So, and it's this was a piece that we got 50% off at Cecilia's because it was like an odd cut, and they had this whole basket of stuff
Oh,
they were
yeah.
clearing out. So it's Autumn Field, but they don't say who the dyer is.
Mm.
It's very pretty.
It is. I really like it.
Is that it?
That's it for me for whips.
Okay. So I showed you that I finished my little project. I had spun Thriller by Sampler Cove. Really love this one. I read you the creepy verse last week. And this is 40 count ink spot linen, so dark linen from R&R. And I worked on it one night and I did okay, but you know, I knew the next couple of nights that I was too tired to work on it. So that's okay. I got to cheat it a little, right? Can you see it now?
Yeah, I see it. Mm-hmm.
So I only had 3 of those circle things finished. So I finished the 4th one and I got part of both dragons actually, because the head is facing the other way and the body from the body. So it's that they're looped together.
Oh, gotcha.
And that's what I got done on this. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
We'll finish.
Yeah. And you know, this is one that I know is going to take a while and I'm going to enjoy it. But then I got out the owl. And this has my Midnight Ride from Blackbird Designs in it. It's still on the hoop because I am loving my hoop.
I don't think I've seen your progress on this one.
Uh-oh. That's my needle. It popped off. Let me just tuck it real quick. Well, doggone. There we go. And I was trying last night and I just couldn't get my eyes to cooperate. I was trying to finish the hat on this, but I did get a lot done.
Wow.
So I'm really pretty happy with it. I'm kind of color completing. So I am done with the color that the crow is in, which is, I'm trying to decide. I gotta look. it is Garden Gate from Gentle Arts. And then
They like that color.
the blacks are, so this is black, the hat is black, the letters are going to be the black, but it's onyx. So it's not like black. It's very subtle that it's different. And on the pattern, I think you see that.
That's funny. I think those are both of the colors that they call for on Away We Ride.
They do like those colors.
Yeah.
Oh, and I found my Away We Ride pattern.
Oh, good.
It suddenly hit me exactly where it was. And it was in that spot because I have a bunch of floss that I have to put in with things.
Mhm.
And I think that's one that I have floss for.
Oh, okay, nice.
So those were my whips this week. So not
Awesome.
a ton, but I've been sewing for Love You More a lot.
But she's almost caught up. She's getting there.
I'm up to last Friday.
Well, that's still good.
So, okay. We did the, here, you come up with the words and write them for me. How about that?
My words are going to be lame.
You're going to be fine.
That's okay. They'll be wonderful.
I mean, look at the name. So let's talk giveaway.
Yes.
I pulled out 3 patterns that I feel like 2 of them are currently seasonal and one of them is a future seasonal. So the first one I have is 10 Toppers 10 of the Month Club October the Pumpkin Patch from Samplers and Such. And you need, they show these on a on an Altoids tin.
Mhm.
This is what it looks like. And the little cat is in there that you put on there, the little cat charm. And Katie says you need to say the word pumpkin patch.
And I'm going to just say that I write in both uppercase, all uppercase sometimes, and sometimes I mix uppercase and lowercase. So you got both there. 'Cause my brain just went.
So the next one that I have is from For My Boys. And this one's called Fly Me to the Moon. And it is so stinking cute.
Oh, that's so cute.
And for this one, you're going to say the word moon.
Look at that little spider hanging off the moon. That was so cute.
Oh, I do see it. It is cute. See, I love these things and I've had them in here for a while. So the last one that I have is Santa Needle Roll from Lori Birmingham Designs. And my copy is not printed very well. The letters are coming off on this, but maybe it's just that old. And this one, it's like a separate sheet. So it must have been in a sleeve and we took it out. So we're going to ask you to say Santa on that one.
Awesome.
Santa. Okay, so Santa, moon, pumpkin patch. Use those words. Please don't say giveaway. Please be 18. Please be a subscriber because I feel like that's only fair if you're going to ask us for something. And please put some comments out there. We love that. We've been horrible, both of us. We had a full discussion on this about commenting on your comments. And I vow to do a better job this week. Just this week. I'm going to start there.
I'll try my best now that James is sleeping a little more.
So we're going to try. That's the point. We're going to try. What kind of plans do you have for the week?
Well, I am going to spin my tiny decision wheel that has all of the things I'm going to be working on. I'm leaving it up to the wheel whether or not I start something new or if I continue to work on things. I like everything I'm working on, so we'll see what happens.
It might be movies again, and you might get a finish.
Oh, we're going back to Mysterious Halloween Town. This doesn't want me to start anything new. It's just like, you just alternate your whips.
Just work on those, work on those, work on those.
Which is fine. I like both of those.
Cool. Okay, you miss.
Okay, I'm feeling like working on something starting something a little bit bigger because I feel like now I'm going to have some time. So
this is last year, right?
Yeah. So stop it.
I was going to show him the fun sleeve.
Keisha, choose project bag or book sleeve.
Well, book sleeve.
I want you to see this.
I like that book sleeve. I'm kind of sad that I didn't order one of those.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, I didn't show you my sleeves that I'm working with.
Go.
And this one.
Oh, love that one. That one, people were like, can you get more of that?
We were like, no, we bought everything that was there.
We hunted while we were in the store and looked and looked.
Okay, so Keisha,
What did she choose?
you chose Plum Street Samplers Jack's Bash. And it's like you have to turn it on its side.
Cute.
Oh, I like that.
You want to read it?
Sure. It says, here in the ruffed and autumn bower, the knobby gourd and bitter flower, we merry make and sing hooray to our friend Jack on his birthday. And at the very top it says Happy Halloween.
Awesome. Look at those fancy people. That's fun.
That lady with her fancy umbrella.
Well, and
Very
there's
Black Needle
another
Society-ish, right?
Yeah. Do you see the other couple up kind of in the middle?
Oh, yeah.
There we go. I'm trying to get it turned just right. There we go.
Yeah, that's good.
And the little Happy Halloween at the top. It has houses.
I'm gonna say that they're haunted houses.
Well, one of them looks very haunted.
And there are graves underneath Happy Halloween. They're kind of faint on this photo, but okay. So then I'm gonna do it on oh, my floss just came out.
Here, I'll hold this.
Thank you. On darker fabric than what she called for. Oh, I'm apparently doing it on Mountain Air, which is also the fabric that I used for that Barbara Anna piece earlier in the week.
Oh, okay.
Woodland Halloween is what this one's called. 28 pounds.
Appropriate for the season, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to open it halfway and you'll be able to look at that.
Ooh, that's going to be so good.
Oh, that's pretty. I didn't even see this. Oh my gosh. I know where she lives.
I'm a fabric junkie. I am so a fabric junkie.
Hi. Her name is Katie Landis.
I have to stop myself from putting fabric in every single retreat in a box.
Although you guys probably don't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's like, put it in, put 2.
Put 5, put 10 cuts. You don't need a box with anything else, just
Hey.
fabric.
Wouldn't it be fun if we put like small cuts of fabric and did a sampler of them?
You mean like an entire box of fabric?
No, I just mean several in a box.
You mean like an entire box of fabric?
Maybe we'll be doing an entire box of fabric.
Oh my gosh,
Oops, all fabric.
a fabric sampler box. Like try all these different makers.
We would have so much fun.
I mean, sign me up.
Maybe that'll be our Advent box next year. We'll just do 25 days of cross stitch fabric.
Nobody will open it. Nobody will wait to the end to open them up.
And this is how boxes happen.
Leave those 2 alone long enough and something happens.
Add coffee into the mixture and things are just gonna go.
I think it was our friend, I can't remember who it was, whether it was you or Athena who said, oh my gosh, talking with these 2 is just crazy because they just brainstorm so fast.
I think
That
it was
must have been Athena, because I'm the one who's like, oh yeah, they always talk about things in code around me and then tell me that they can't tell me.
because we don't want to spoil you. And then we're like, oh wait, you're not getting that one. So this is what we're doing.
So we could let Keisha show a spoiler.
I could show a spoiler,
No,
but
maybe next.
they'll wait since they just went out.
It's on the 7th.
So 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So after the 25th.
I'll
you
show
start.
my spoiler.
Okay, so my project this week is in this bag that has Norbert watching it. We still have some of these Norbert zipper pulls and I really like them. So I think they're fun.
I'm so glad.
And this one is a little bit of a struggle piece for me, but maybe the hoop will be better. So I can never remember what this one's called, whether it's Halloween Fairy or Trick or Treat Fairy. I think it's Halloween Fairy because it says trick or treat across it.
See, I think it's the reverse. I think it's trick or treat fairy because it says trick or treat.
I don't know, but this is my working copy. And I went a little nutso when I decided to do it. And I bought this fabric.
Oh, it's Halloween fairy.
I bought this fabric, which I love. And it's really wrinkled. Can you pull down on the bottom for me?
Yeah.
This is where I am right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. The bag just slipped. And it's continuing to slip.
Yeah, they're a slick little sucker. Slippery little sucker.
There you go.
So that's how much I have done. She finally has a face and all of the skin, and she has the owl.
Yes.
And I know I did do better last time working on her because I only used one strand instead of two. This is, I believe this is 40 count. It may be 36 count. It's from Silk Weaver. It was a solo. It is the most glorious piece of orange. I bought it and I'm like, I don't know what I'm even gonna do with it. I just need it.
She was a Silk Weaver junkie for a while.
I was.
Like, she was like on the Facebook group. Like,
well, they did auctions
Yeah.
every week, and all you had to do was type "me please" and it was yours. And you could even go in after the auction was over and look at what people hadn't claimed, and you could get some lovely fabrics. This may have been one that nobody claimed, and I was like, oh, me please.
it was like, I felt like it was like, oh, look at what a fabric I just got. Oh, I just got this piece of fabric. I just got this piece of fabric. Oh, look what just came in the mail today.
So why is Katie a fabric junkie?
Where do I get it from?
It's inherited.
It is. Definitely is. And so this is our Saturday update. Now in my book, we're trying to film every couple of days just to show you where we are. In my book, this is what they look like. So my new starts are on Mondays and Wednesdays, or my switching anyway, are on Mondays and Wednesdays and Saturdays. So if we don't film on Fridays, that's probably okay because I don't switch till then anyway. And I have another full day of progress to make.
If
As long
only
as
they-
it's okay for you guys.
I just feel like they totally messed up the week system. They should have had even days because it would just make everybody's lives easier if there were like 8 days or 6 days. I'm just saying.
Well, okay. So when I set this up, the reason I did this and left 3 days for the one from Wednesday is because Thursday is supposed to be Hawk Run Hollow. Keisha and I are both crying uncle for this year. It's not like we won't finish.
Yeah. I probably will after October's over. I'll still try to work on Hawk Run Hollow each week on Thursday, just because that's what we've been doing all year. But I just want to work on Halloween things.
Yeah.
And I'm working on a Christmas at Hawk Run Hollow, so probably I'll be super in the mood to do it in November and December.
Well, and okay, so I really could have started the October block because it's cool, but I just didn't. That's just not something that I pulled out to do. I was going to look it up and see what it was, but it's not that important. So, and eventually I'm going to pull all these out and write on the page, and I'll have my stickers in, and it'll look more like, I only did this 1 month and then I set the thing aside for a while. It'll look more like this. Because this was Mania.
Yes.
And I've made myself little notes, but I'm learning this year, and that helps. And I already have my book ready for next year
She was
with,
so excited when it came in.
yes. And it has the long list, you know, like the list you keep on your refrigerator. Yeah, I have that size page to go in it. So I'm thinking, and the pages easily come in and out. I'm thinking that I will go through and make a list of projects that I want to start like in January, or that I want to work on in January, and add to it. And I may have like a whip list and a new start list. And then I'll take those pages out and move them along. So, and I can edit it as I go and see what happens. What kind of, do you have any plans for the new year that you're starting to think about, or for Christmas, or?
Not really. I definitely want to work more on Christmas at Hawk Run Hollow, since it is a Christmas piece, so it's seasonal, in the next couple of months. I have been, okay, so I'm a numbers nerd, guys. I'm a numbers nerd. And I keep like a little spreadsheet that like, okay, so if I do 6 stitches a day on my work project minus the back stitching for the next, all the work days for the rest of the month, I'll be done with that project. I like to plan these out, and I plan them out on spreadsheets. And so I thought, well, why don't I just do that? Why don't I pick a WIP a month that I'll focus on, make a spreadsheet, figure out how many stitches are in each part, and then set myself goals. I just like numbers. I like numbers. I like knowing that, I'll just give you kind of a view at one of my spreadsheets. So, and it's like a whole bunch of abbreviations, but this is Booby's apiary. And I have like, and it's, like I said, they're abbreviations, but like in the body of the bee, which I'm working on, there are 791 stitches. And then I have like a calendar, like what day is it? How many stitches did I do? Just to kind of keep track. So I might do that with more projects next year, because having that really helps me speed along. Like I do that whenever I stitch models, so that I know how long it's going to take me to stitch a model and like what I need to have finished in order to reach my goal. So I think I might do more of that sort of thing next year.
Speaking of models, I'm trying to push a designer along who is supposed to be designing a pattern that you and I will both be model stitching, because I think the sooner the better.
Mm-hmm. Well, but that designer already has given a model to this stitcher that needs to be done by March. And probably before March.
But I just think I don't want to rush through like I did last year.
Right.
And it very much felt like a job. Very much, because I was pushing to get done so that we could get it to the finisher.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if you saw me kind of chuckling and giggling while you were talking about spreadsheets,
What was that?
well, I thought it was your stomach.
No, it wasn't my stomach.
It must have been Dad's. I kept hearing this gurgling, and I'm like, somebody is really hungry.
It was like the bear growling on your Flosstube video. Like I kept looking around. I was like, what is that? And then I like looked at my own stomach and I'm like, I don't feel anything. I don't think it's me.
Hey, I want to ask you about your numbers.
Yeah.
How do you count your projects to set that up?
I go in and manually count. Okay, let's see.
Or a clicker or anything?
I count, and that's in a Google Doc. So I will show. Let's see if I can get just really close in on this pattern so you can't really see. So I will sometimes do, if it's like a big thing like this, I'll be like, oh, there's this many stitches in a row, and I'll multiply it. Or if it's something more intricate, like Booby's apiary, where there's like a whole bunch of stitches, that pattern is gridded in 5x5 blocks. So I'll count up the blocks and be like, okay, 25 times the number of blocks that's in it, to just kind of speed along. And like Booby's apiary, and it's just like what I think might be achievable goals. Or, I mean, it's just kind of what I feel like. So whenever I counted it out, I was like, okay, there are this many stitches in the head, this many stitches in the body, this many in this wing, this many in this wing, and then this in this section, this section, this section, just so that I know how many stitches are in each thing. And like in the Mysterious Halloween Town, I was like, okay, there are this many stitches in this building, there are this many stitches in this character. That's kind of how I set that up, just so that I have different, so I know how many stitches are in each thing.
Cool.
And it might not be exact, sometimes it's kind of estimates, but it's pretty close.
I was listening to people talk this week about how they count things and the different apps, and Pattern Keeper if it's bigger, and just wondered what you used. So
Right. No, it's a lot of, and I wish I need to get an Android device so that I can have Pattern Keeper, because I would like that for some of my my full coverage ones. But no, I just count it. I do some math, then I do some counting, but I like to do that.
Instagram name, Keisha?
Counting for stitches. I'm an accountant by profession, so I like the numbers.
do you have any other plans?
No.
Oh, we do have one plan, probably in common, maybe. I'm not sure if you're doing this.
Oh, yes.
Stitching with Friends is hosting a stitch and chat tonight, and we're all going to get on in the Facebook room from their Facebook group, Stitching with Friends, and we will be chatting and stitching, and it should be fun.
Yes, I'm really looking forward to that.
And that reminds me that so Keisha and I this week have been brainstorming. I'm gonna put my pen down because I'm pointing at you. That's rude. We were chatting this week about our Facebook group, Witchy Stitchin'. So we started out really strong with plans and ideas and all sorts of things. And I was talking to Keisha the other night and said, how would you feel about maybe just doing a couple of things next year and making them really something that could carry through the year? And so we've been brainstorming some, and we will iron it out and figure out exactly how we want to present it. But we're going to have some fun challenges, and they're kind of, there'll just be a couple. They're kind of inspired by the people who are in the group that have been sharing.
Yes.
So that's what we'll be doing there.
So watch for, if you're part of Witchy Stitchin', or if you want to join Witchy Stitchin', we have big plans for the new year. We had big plans last year, but a pandemic and the super launching of a new business and the having a baby, and there was just a lot of things that happened in 2020 that kind of prevented us from being as engaged as we wanted to be.
Yep.
So
Online retreats and new boxes just really stole a lot of our time, which is okay.
New jobs.
We love it.
Yeah, it has been a roller coaster of a year.
Yep. So the Black Needle Society also has a Facebook group. And how about you talk about what we're doing at the end of the month?
Okay, yes. So now that the trick or treat boxes are out, we can announce, and we'll post this in the group. We're going to be hosting a witching hour stitch along, and it's just we're going to gather in the rooms that we have set up in the Black Needle Society and have a fun evening of stitching starting at 6 p.m. Central Time on Halloween night, because we have heard from so many people that they're not letting trick-or-treaters near their house. They're not going trick-or-treating, or they're not letting their kids go trick-or-treating. A lot of people are just staying home this year. So we're like, Halloween night, let's all get together.
It's a Saturday night.
Yeah, let's all get together and stitch and have a good time. We're going to have some prizes.
Always prizes. We love it.
Yeah. And it's just going to be relaxed and have fun. So everybody who got a box, we wrote it in the pamphlet, and so they have the information there, and we'll post it in our group as well. But it is open for everybody. You didn't have to buy this trick or treat box to be allowed to come in and join.
And so all you need to do is ask to join the Facebook group, The Black Needle Society. There are 3 or 4 questions to answer,
which I will edit, because there is also a thing where you have to accept the group rules, and I added something in there when we were doing our free retreat that you had to go through all of the learn how this group works.
The units.
Yeah, you don't have to do that now.
It is helpful if you're going to participate in one of the chats, because it helps you troubleshoot with your device. And we know that iPads in particular have had an issue with connecting in the rooms. So, like if you need to test out your device or whatever, you can post in the group and say, hey, would anybody be willing to meet me? Because there's a room set up.
Oh yeah, the rooms are still there.
So you can just post and ask, is anybody willing to help me troubleshoot? And, just go chat in the rooms. You don't have to have us set up a chat for you to be able to go use it, but it's open to all of our members. I think next year we will be having some more. We'll probably have some free chats along the way. We'll have
We're gonna
some.
have, well, we already told them we're going to plan a monthly chat. So we're going to have it more regularly. This for October, since we're doing the Halloween thing, we just decided to do it on Halloween, but we're going to set up a regular date moving forward. So November and December, we're going to have a stitching evening, which we'll announce in the group too.
And we might try and coordinate that with Stitching with Friends so that we can chat every week. I don't know.
Katie to actually get some stitching done once a week.
But you know, if we check with them, then we won't overlap with them. They're trying to do different times of the day so that they catch people all over the world, because they've had that.
Because we've met so many fun people and we love them all.
Mm-hmm. So that's kind of our news. Plans for me too, like immediate kind of future. November, I'm going to dub stitch whatever I want, because I'm kind of in I really want to be working on some of this stuff, because I've been touching all of my whips, looking at them, and it's making me a bit nuts. Right. But then also while I'm going through, I want to start making a list, because like we've done this focused Halloween for October, I would like to do that in December for some of the wonderful Christmas pieces I have. So
I really want to stitch that Tiny Modernist piece.
The one that I got the magazine for?
That I also got the digital copy of the magazine for. Yes.
Oh, I love it. It's so pretty. We both need to do it, right?
Yeah. I really want to do that one at some point this year, because I think it's small. Like, I don't think it should take too long, although she has a lot of colors in it, because she's like a color whiz. I love how she makes
it's almost all DMC.
Yeah,
right?
It's all DMC, but it's like very tonal and like, so I think it's a smaller piece, but the floss list would make me think it's a bigger piece. But I think it's just because she's really good at like giving you that depth and stuff like that in her pieces. So
am I going to twist your arm and get you to work on Christmas things? How about your calendar?
Yeah, I was going to say, speaking of Tiny Modernist, I may have to pull out Christmas calendar, since I had big plans last year and didn't get it done. Though I doubt I'm going to be able to do a block a day now with my.
Well, you know what? If you're able to sneak a few in November, you might get through it. I don't know how many you have finished on it. I can't remember.
One.
How many do you have started?
3.
But I've kind of liked having blocks started on my Hawk Run Hollow, because then I'm like, I finish one and I'm like, oh, I want to finish another one. And it's not so bad because I don't have to do the whole thing.
Right. Well, in mine, that was whenever I was in the first trimester and only wanted to sleep.
Yeah. So. That was a rough time for you.
Yes.
What did you think of? I thought I saw a light bulb.
Oh, well, I was just thinking I wanted to start Secret Garden from Sapphire Mountain.
Oh,
yes. It's not Christmassy, but I'm like, that's a piece I really wanted to start this year.
Well, then it can be your gift to yourself.
Okay.
I'll make it work. You know me, I will make it work for anybody to stitch anything they want. I just want stitching.
Right.
So that's what I'm thinking though, because I feel like, I was trying to do sampler September and I didn't really do very well with it. And then October, it's because I was planning October and I really wanted to work on all these pieces. So I want to try and get through my whip stuff and get some Christmas and winter set up. And I want to get back to our house from the Good Housewife. In November. That's going to be my November focus piece.
Because then she can steal another pattern from Katie's stash, because I won't let her steal any more until that one comes back.
She's so mean. And I have some pieces from our friend Vicky that I need to pull out and stitch, and I want to pull out and stitch so that I can get them back to her too. So
I mean, that's kind of why I've pulled out some of the Halloween pieces that I have from you, is so that I can get those stitched and give them back to you.
You can tell I'm really worried about them.
Yeah, she has no idea where they live at all.
Has nothing else to work on.
No, nothing. Not over 100 whips or anything either.
You're not supposed to tell yet because they were kind of guessing how
Well,
many.
Well, I still think it's pretty darn vague after that.
It could be a million.
I don't even know how many yet. So I think that's it though.
Yeah. Did we want to talk about, we said up top, we were going to talk about maybe some changes to the channel.
Yes.
Keisha gets the gold star.
Yes. So do you want to talk? You want me to talk?
Well, we were just kind of playing around with some different ideas. I'm kind of at a place where I don't have a whole lot of progress to show from week to week. And then I know that you're busy with the business and everything. So we're kind of talking about maybe alternating our regular videos with maybe more of a stitch together sort of video. I don't know that I have the technology and the setup to do like a stitch with me where you actually watch what I'm stitching. But how would everyone feel if we did a few videos where maybe we answer some tags, or we just kind of chatted and stitched, for about an hour, and then just kind of showed you what progress we made during that time?
And I love your idea that you came up with. Keisha's idea is that we would each choose a project that we want to work on, and we would only stitch on it during the Stitch With Us time.
Yeah. So we would start something on our first Stitch With Us, and we would only have progress during that. So you would get to see a piece come together in real time, basically.
I don't know that I want to kit it up on a video because I am really scattered when I'm kitting up.
Oh my gosh, all over. Multiple rooms are entered and exited trying to get stuff when she kits things up. I think she'd have to have her own film crew following her if she did it.
Okay, so we might have the fabric in the hoop with the floss ready to go.
Then you can see how we start, because sometimes I pin stitch, especially if I have 2 strands. But Keisha showed me a single strand loop start, which I think is just a lazy daisy, really, and you just pull it tight.
Right.
And but you can do a loop start with your single strand and not have to mess with it.
And you know what? Maybe we could have an option of a couple different pieces and let people vote on what ones we stitch.
Ooh, that could be fun leading up to it. So,
and would you
anyway,
like November, right? Like November or December sometime?
I don't know. We'll have to talk about it.
The only reason I say that is because
we're both going,
well, I'm saying that, just throwing this in there because we're doing these check-ins during the trick-or-treat thing. So I don't think you would want to start it in October.
Right.
So it wouldn't be a change that would take place immediately.
Yes.
But we have till
Hmm?
the end of October. So I think we could probably start it in November if you want.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
And of course, we want your guys' feedback. Like, comment below, let us know if this sounds like something you'd be interested in.
You'd still get a video every week. It's not always going to be a progress update. We will save our progress. And maybe what we'll do is we'll add more inserted photos of this is where I was.
Right, so that you will remember what we were doing whenever we started.
That's so nice of you to volunteer,
See, again, the dangers of having the tech person on your video.
We might get Katie to come stitch with us if we were doing that, or we might consider the idea of maybe having like a special guest come in and stitch with us.
That'd be fun.
That would be. So we'll have to
anyway,
more. We just were kind of throwing that around this morning. So
right. So let us know what you think.
So I think that's it. Yeah.
The copy is wearing off. I can feel myself fading a little bit. I'm like,
Then we better go. Bye.
Bye. Have a good week. I'm glad you caught that, Katie. And we weren't like 45 minutes later, oh, we were just entertaining ourselves. We could put bloopers at the end of these things. People would probably.
Well, not if you don't record them. Hi, Stitchers. Oh, that was good.